So Como, well, they've been on the rise this season. Promotion to Serie A under Cesc Fabregas. The ex-Chelsea, Arsenal and Spain international has got into coaching and got into promotions. And also into transfers with Pepe Reina, Oduro, Varane, Moreno, Belotti, and many more, as can he take this team all the way to Champions League glory. As yes, people, here we are. We've got Como loaded up, Rafael Varane in the squad already in 85. But it still won't be easy, because when we scroll down here, you can see a lot of players, well, they aren't Serie A quality, as we've updated the squads, and that's only left us with 2 million euros, which isn't much at all. As can we really get a team starting like this playing in the Serie A, and of course surviving it? Well, I do hope so, but today is the return of the contract. As you can see, we must sign 3 Spanish players, or have 3 Spaniards in the squad, because of course the manager Fabregas, he wants his own players. But another difficult challenge, we must always have 3 players in the squad over 30, and I know that's a bit of a weird one, but they're going for legendary players, and they're the ones that are good. As the final challenge, you all know, can we win the Champions League with this Como team? I'm going to give it my all, as the first things pick a tactic, and for the Serie A, or it's got to be a defensive one. Counter-attack, yes, I'm going to go for it, but we've got 3 at the back, and that has to change, as I want to change the formation. I want to go 5 at the back. I want 2 strikers still, though, and I want 3 solid midfielders, and some of them they've already signed, such as Yannick Ngolo, looking pretty decent, but again, is he quality that we need at the top level? I actually don't think so, as another new signing is Matthias Braunoda. I think he'd be brilliant in the 2nd division. And this is what the team looks like when everybody's in shape, and we've got 3 30-year-olds in Varane, Moreno, and also this man, he's called Baselli in the midfield. As speaking of the midfield, this formation's actually hindering us, because on the bench we can't put our right winger Strefezar in, and he's a talented player. We might actually have to sell him. But because he's a new transfer, this is where the struggles kick in. We cannot actually sell him, so I might put him on the loan list. And for the time being, well, we could train him as a cam, push one of the midfields forward, and then get him into our formation. But then again, not too long after Simeone, a loan from Inter, of course, one of the big boys in our league, and also Bayern Munich, literally days after. I mean, I'm going to accept it. Bloody hell, get playing there. As he's chosen to go to Inter, so he is staying in the country. The only issue with that loan deal, he still might play against us, which I won't be looking forward to. But the money that we've got, only £2 million, so I'm going to pay this scout, sending him to Italy for a centre-back. But we've got to be careful, because of course we need 3 30-year-olds in the team. So of course we don't want a player that may replace Varane, but when I look at this academy, I don't think we're in any danger. And after that poor academy, which was a decent scout as well, we're left with 400k, and that's not enough for any signings. So with only the 1 loaned out player, we're already going into the Serie A, where I hope we don't get relegated. And can we stay in that 4th position? And actually, before we show you what happened at the end of the season, you probably shouting at the screen, Max, you are so stupid. Because Alex Blanco, we've gone ahead and changed his position to a cam. He's a Spaniard, because yes, we're going to get 3 Spanish players into our team. As I know it says no sharpness, but Blanco and Pepe Reina, I put in from the start. The games obviously took them out, and Moreno, he was already Spanish, so we've got 3 Spanish players and then 3 over 30s. Some of you guys probably don't mind, because the rules do get complicated, as player-wise, well, I don't see many improvements. Not even from Strefezar, who's not even on the score sheet, and he is in the same league as Belotti was the top scorer. 17 goals for us, but the most important thing, or the biggest surprise should I say, we aren't even bottom 13 in the league. All from 13th under. Yes, we are just 1 above in 12th, but that is a very solid season. Surviving the Serie A. As did we do anything in the cup as well. We did beat Sampdoria, and then we beat Bologna. Are we on for a cup run? Well, no, because in the round of 16, Napoli just went and stopped us. And that's our only competition, or two competitions, should I say? As just get me to this budget, get players training. We need another 30-year-old, I'd say, and another Spaniard. Our second season here, and it doesn't matter how good our kit looks. It matters about our budget. 23 million euros. Now, the challengers. I know you guys always don't like having challengers, but having 30-year-olds and a budget like that should make it fairly easy because old players are cheaper, and Barber's now 30. That's the reason he was in the squad, because we have this other guy, De Senna, who I completely forgot about. I won't lie. He's 25-year-old, and now I'll put him in the team right here. And also Pepe Reina. He's gone ahead and retired himself. So we've only got two Spaniards. One being Alberto Moreno, who I'm going to trust again despite being 31. We need him, of course. And I'm going to go for a right wing back from Spain because we need one of those. And I think I know the perfect man. Of course, it will be half of our budget. Hector Bellerin of Betis. Now, he is only 29 years old. But because he's going to turn very soon, I'm going to offer 12.5, bang on his evaluation for the player. Please tell me we can get him in. 16.9. I mean, change that to 16 million. That is still a lot of money, but I am willing to spend it. We need him into the squad, and he is our new number 4 under Fabregas. I could actually see this happening in real life if we're not careful. With Como's constant business, as I want Blanco out the team. He's only 25-year-old, but of course he is our Spanish player. But I want him out. As one player I've already got out, Gabriel Strafaza. He went for 19 million. So back into the profits, but back still needing another old player in the team, and Danny Calvo of Oviedo. For a free agent signing, he should only take a smallish wage. 26 million I'm willing to pay, and this will shuffle around our team, as this man counts as both a Spanish player and an old player. So we'll get him in for De Senna. So now we're covered on all bases, and we can get rid of Blanco and Baselli in the midfield, actually, because we've got old players at the back. I'm actually liking this right now. And Ramon Terrats. Have I said that name right? I hope so. Of course, Villarreal player Moreno, Pepe Reina. They came from there before. A youngish player at 23. 75 rated. He's the potential in our squad now. And of course, he's only half our budget. As the other half of the budget, well, a little bit's going into contracts, but Juan Ignacio Nardoni from Racing Club in Argentina. As our third and final signing is here. 7.7 million, not too bad for yet another youngish player. They're not teenagers, of course, but that squad looks a lot better. Crotone up front is my worry. I'm actually not worried about our defense, because we've got defense in depth, and our defense contains 3 Spanish players and 3 plus 30-year-olds, which completes our challenge. As here we are, end of season 2, and the morale hasn't changed much. We've got position changes though. Abiligard, 74. Yannick Engelhardt, I've trained as a midfielder. And of course, a very improved Bellerin as a right wing back. Very, very nice. But do you know what else is very nice? Is the sponsors of the channel, Soccer Deal Shop, with their kits. As I've just got this one from the website, the PSG Blackout one, and it's beautiful. Honestly, the quality is insane. As if you want one right now, go to the link at the top of the description. Use the code on screen as well for a discount and to help the channel. As another way to help the channel as well, the last thing before we get on with this, we're on a race to 50k. If you could subscribe and leave a like, would very much appreciate that, as it's a 9th place finish this year. No draws, or 9 draws. That is still a couple of draws. Actually helped us out because 14 defeats is quite a lot of them, but we were very close to Europe. Positionally, not points-wise, but unfortunately not doing anything in the cup because Tirana actually beat us. And AC Milan won it, which of course you expect right now. We're not that good of a team. As speaking of not that good, our defense, I said I don't have to worry, but Calvo's not gone up in rating. As yes, he's 31. Our midfield, I think, can last the save. Our striker partnership, though, that could still change further. Belotti got 21, but Catrone only got 8 at 27 years old as well. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. He's getting closer to the 30-year-old mark, but I don't want him, so we've got to look for veteran strikers, and still veteran defenders. And what sense does this make? We've just had a brilliant season, only £38 million, but you know we're going to spend it all. As yeah, first signing's going to be a striker, I am thinking, then defense, where actually we could use a younger player. And we actually don't need to go for a Spanish player this time, because we've got Moreno and Bellerin, and also Terats, who was a clinical signing, as I'm going to make another one of those. Andre Amario, 22-year-old from Las Palmas. Very solid player for only £11 million, as I am in love with this kit. Absolutely indefinitely. And a player I think will look good in it, as well as our defender, Anthony Martial. 29 years old, already in our league, and also running out of contract length. So I think, if I am cheeky, I'm going to offer 18 million. Will this be accepted? No sell-on clause. 19.5. Will a sell-on clause? I don't care. I don't want to sell him. Because when he turns 30, he's very, very useful to us, linking up with Varane, and hopefully putting us into Europe, leaving us £4 million. Now, I'm not going to go to that academy again, because that was absolutely crap. Instead, I'm going to go coaches. Hopefully helps us out, and yes, they all are good at counter-attacking, but I'm going to change our style. I think I want to go wing play. And yes, that may seem stupid. You may think a lot of decision-making is stupid, but it's calculated, I promise. That's our team. A mixture of young and a mixture of old, as Fabregas has help from coaches and needs to get to Europe. And this is more like it. Straight into the league table, where again the draws let up. Only 5, 10 defeats. A lot of defeats, but Como, that 5th position has orange next to the number, so it should be Europa League. But if it's Conference, Champions League, I don't care one little bit. As are we any closer in the Coppa Italia? Didn't make a quarter-final, which has me not caring at all. I don't care about our position, as our position with our squad, however, looks extremely bright. How is Hector Bellerin now 83 rated, or 85 even? He's 31. And Moreno, on the other hand, he's now 33 and he's actually on the decrease. So maybe we do go in for another left back and a left centre back. Martial's rating's fine. And then our midfield of Brown, Noda, Nardoni and Terats. Honestly, wow. One of the best I've seen, as Anthony Martial, our new signing. He has turned 30 and he scored most goals. And last season, I didn't tell you, but a lot of deadwood out the club. Salah, De Cunha, a lot of players that was in them reserves, which hopefully ups our budget as £63 million. Not bad at all for us, especially when we do need the money. For this left-hand side to be fixed, we are playing wing play without wingers because our wing back should cover it, but Moreno is going down. So he can be bench worthy, and we could also focus on our bench because we do need a midfielder on here. And actually maybe another backup goalkeeper. So our first player we're going to sign, of course, we did just get a Portuguese centre-back. So we're going to get another in Felipe Relvas. I slightly overpaid on him, £35 million, but they wouldn't let him for any less, so that's not actually my fault this time. I wanted a cheaper player, and I did sell our centre-back, I think, what was his name, something guard, for about 9 million. That's actually one thing I've not done just yet, is check if we are Europa League, okay. Quarter-final needs reaching. And in order to do that, of course, we need our wing-back. And Sergio Gomez, a Spanish player, because Moreno leaving means we actually need another one. As it's now him and Bellerin and Terats in the squad, which are our Spanish players. And I think this is the first time ever in any save. It hasn't changed the total, but we have landed on €0. Is this only possible with the mod pack that I've got on? I don't know, but still, that's amazing. As into the Europa League, as we've got to try and do well in this group and also the Serie A, because I think it's getting closer to when we challenge for the title. hoping for success, as right, this team is very good on paper. Sure, we haven't had a player playing. Gomez not playing, but I have just flicked him to left wing back. It did take his rating up. He initially got to an 83. As look at some of these players, I mean, the goalkeeper, Oduro. Now, that is a weird rating. 89. He's been perfect. As our best one, really, is one of the lowest rated. Andrea Bellotti, 22. Tarat's 21 goals, which gets us into the Champions League. It is a 4th place finish by 1 point. UCL. Get in there, Como, as don't win the Coppa Italia, though. And did we get any closer? This time we did get a quarter-final. Napoli 3-2. As the group, though, in the group stage of the Europa League, Gladbach out, us and Sturm Graz through. As then we did beat Galatasaray into the quarterfinals. We hammered Sevilla, and then we beat Braga. But I have just realised it's Manchester City in the final, isn't it? Yep, they smash us. That was just known already. No chance we beat a Manchester City side when our main signing this season was their worst player. As I've started with contracts, that's something already wrapped up, and the board want Champions League final, and they also want the Serie A winning. Cesc has a huge job, especially when the budget's not touching 100 million, 91 in the tank. And I'm still conflicted. Yes, I released a lot of players, so Bellotti will be on the bench. But do we take him out the first team? He was our bloody top scorer, but then Martial's 85 for some reason. But, yeah, I do think we get another striker and a backup goalkeeper, because Odero's pretty good, but if we lose him, Bolcini, 66 overall. So I'm going to play it safe for the backup goalkeeper first. I'm going to get Aaron, who's a Spaniard, over 30. So if Odero leaves, which he shouldn't do really, because he doesn't have a release clause, we've got this man in spare as a bit of an insurance policy if we need to really use him. As one player we're not using, he actually did get an increase, but Rafa Varane leaves the club to go to RB Leipzig. I know I like my Red Bull clubs on this channel, so he's gone. And he's made us a bit of money. That 36 million takes us to 116 for a striker. And of course, we do have to replace Varane. So for our second signing this season, Antonio Silva. I had 2 Portuguese defenders. Might as well make it 3. As how much has he cost us? I actually spent, without looking, 84 million. That's actually more than I thought. But hey, 28 million plus Bellotti himself. Maybe we could sell him or Cotrone in order to sign another big striker. And it's been decided. We got the most money for Bellotti, so he jets off to Napoli for 40 million euros. And his replacement's going to be this man. I've gone Spanish again. Camelo from Leipzig. Yes, we know. We've gone there again. But after selling them Varane, they kinda did owe us one, as this team looks a lot better now. And it's in the Champions League with a group containing Dortmund, Bruges and LASK. We should be okay. Relatively easy. And that's what we're describing Serie A as, because Como have come and conquered the top tier. A win for Cesc Fabregas and a win for the people of Como. That is our first title in the cabinet. And will there be any more? Not if we win the Champions League, as no Coppa Italia still. We haven't got many trophies. This time a quarter-final again. Means we are getting closer though, and we did get out the Champions League group. We got 12 points, which is good, but still second to Dortmund, which put us into the next round, and we're actually not on that page. We are on the page after, where we lose to Paris. Of course we do. Of course we do. They're a brilliant team, but we're a brilliant team. I mean, the best player in it as well is still Hector Bellerin. What is going on? I mean, he's actually not the best. That's Odero, who's gone up 3 again to be the world's best goalkeeper. A player they signed in real life, along with Brown Noda, doing well as captain, and top scorer this year was Tarat's, the midfielder. Our midfielders like goals, but I would like a striker to score them. We've got Martial, Camelo, both 85 rated. And I think this season with the money, because we should get a fair bit of it, we've got to work at the bench because we've got to flesh our reserves out. Knocking them players down and adding more to our bench of quality. 108 million. I'm going to go on a spending spree. I've gone and got some coaches taking us almost to perfection with them, so our players should improve, and maybe we need younger players in order to improve them. Well, they're kind of young. 24-year-old Sebastian Busselli, a 28-year-old Thomas van den Belt, and a very good backup striker in Joel Perot. Don't know why he was back at Swansea when he did move to Leeds. As the final one from Spain, we've got Carlos de Tor, who is coming on tour to help out Cesc Fabregas as our only wing-back. Bench-wise is Moreno. I needed to keep him, and yes, he is 36, but he's a legend already, even though he's joined just in real life. He's helped so much with objectives, but we've got one more objective. It's the Champions League, and that is our group. Frankfurt, Sevilla, Galatasaray. It's weird, because Sevilla and Galatasaray, we just beat in the Europa League. Or was it 2 seasons ago now? Of course it was the Europa League, as that is 2 seasons in a row in the Serie A, winning the title. And we did it pretty clearly this time. Very nice to see. Inter actually the closest. But that's one trophy into the cabinet. As the next one, though, we don't win the Super Cup. That goes to Juventus. And the Coppa Italia also to Juventus. Did we actually reach a semi? No. Not even a quarter. Brescia actually beat us. I mean, they did just reach the semi-finals, as you saw. And we hammer the Champions League group to put us through to the round of 16, where we beat Liverpool. Then we beat Bayern in the quarters and Atleti in the semis. A penalty final win, but it's Manchester bloody City who did, of course, beat us in that Europa League final. And now we go and play them in the Champions League final with a team, I hate to say, actually getting worse now. Martial's 83, so yes, he's getting older. And then Bellerin, 88. He's not his amazing self. Even Moreno on the bench is now a 67 rated. But can we do some damage with the players you see in front of you? Let's really hope so, because I want to win this Champions League this season as an IRL player. Mateus Braunoda, yes, another midfielder top scorer, with Camelo in second and Gomez in third. A lot of goals for a wing-back, who in this game is against his former team, and of course he was one of their worst players. First team wisers, don't you dare. Haaland sneaking forward already. Good job we've got a good keeper as Elise. What a signing. I mean, Bayern Munich's got him in real life. What a pass. As we'll try and play out. I know we are on wing play, and this is one of our winger players. Gomez, the goal scorer, as I call him, trying to get past Rodri, and he skipped past him. Well done. Into Camelo. Now he's off. Watch your bloody line. I mean, City will be good at holding it, but we've got to do better. Penalty to City. If there's one thing you don't want to give away against a brilliant team, it's a sloppy goal, and a penalty from a handball when it was hitting his body. Stupid. And it's Haaland who doesn't miss. I mean, if I would have stood on that spot, I still don't think I would have saved it. Brilliant penalty scored, but still a horrific goal to concede, as now it's City who are dominant. I actually think we will lose this game. Very much lacking in faith. I mean, we haven't had a shot just yet, but that's a good throw to Camelo. He does have a midfielder with him who he isn't going to use, instead skipping inside of his man right there. Back to Camelo on his left foot. Tries his shot off, or tries to get his shot off. What a chance. What an opportunity. And Haaland, we've lunged in. It's Erling Haaland. Good tackle, Amaro. But still, it's going to be City's chance before the halftime whistle blows. Foden. Good save. Just be better second half. As let's start on the front foot, shall we? We did have the kickoff and kept the ball. Pass inside to Braunoda. Martial I haven't trusted much. I've avoided giving him the ball. Instead, leaving him for headers. If he could get into there right now, as it almost fell to a man at the back stick. Who the heck was that? I mean, we don't have wingers, so I don't really know, but we've won the ball in a good position. A ball straight up to Camelo as he has to get his shot off. It's saved, and Martial to tap it home for the leveller. That's why he's in the team. 50 million down the drain. It was actually 23 million and he conflicts pain. Fandabidozi leveler as now don't let them go and score again. Phil Foden chipping in. Oh my days, I thought they had right there. Good block from us though, and look at this counter-attack. Oh my days, City speeding forward, and now it's us as Brown-Oder through on goal. Martial at the side of him. It's 2 in 2 minutes. He's onside, which I didn't know he was. Anthony Martial. What a bloody counter. Yes, the goal is just an easy one, but a pass across from the captain. Martial has a brace. A terrible player second half, but this half has been brilliant. Where is City's defence? It's Carmelo. Oh my days. Please don't say we pay for that. We might just immediately. Erling Haaland speeding through. We've gone and put him on the angle. Pulled the ball back to Elias Sanchez. Good block. As let's try and calm it down. Still though, City with the ball at their feet. Kovacic in the middle. Phil Foden. It's blocked again. It's carnage in both ends. As now Martial to run away. Or Carmelo, because Martial's got 0 pace. But Bellerin don't. He is getting older, but not losing pace. Beating Fonzie Davis. Crossing a ball towards Anthony. Just almost with a hat-trick there. Blocked, and this second half, amazing, as we're going to keep the ball. There's not long left, but still, we're not going to waste it because Martial is, of course, on a hat-trick. Tried to cross the ball to him. Referee, blow that whistle right now. He does. Como win. Revenge for the Europa League. Yes, they beat us 4-1, but we beat them in the better competition, winning the Champions League. As another good thing as well, not only beating City, but an OG who got an assist in the game. Brown-Oder to lift the trophy. Love these promotion rebuilds and relegation, and any rebuilders. If you have one to suggest, put it down below. Would love to get as much done before FC25, and if you want another video, click here for 2 more.